Yeah, they came out like a house of fire the first few drives of the game, and then it kind of got away from them after that. Now I got to think that
Actually,
Bush talked to the media, right? Did he
no,
talk to the media? Has
no,
not talked to the media about taking over on defense.
no. We've only heard from Mickey Joseph now for 2 weeks in a row, barring the three players we had after the Oklahoma game. But yeah, I kind of just got sidetracked there with your question or with that. But no, it was the first drive. Okay, Oklahoma let Nebraska get away, on their first drive and let them kind of run through their plays, their scripted plays, and then all of a sudden, they decided that hey, they can't block us. We're gonna blitz the hell out of them, and that happened right after the first drive, and the game was over after that when the defense gave up the 61-yard touchdown run to Dylan Gabriel, and the ball game was over at that point basically. So yeah, no, Oklahoma, yeah, they let Mark Whipple have a little bit of fun there on that first drive. After that, it was completely shut down, and Nebraska absolutely out physicaled on both sides of the line. And it was disgusting to see, and that's like the backlash you've heard from many former Husker players. That it's just unthinkable to see a Nebraska team get pushed around like they did physically, and on top of that, with the horrible tackling and guys giving up on plays, just not the standard of Nebraska football that anybody's used to, and quite frankly, the fans are getting ripped off right now with the product that's put out on the field, and it's not Mickey Joseph's fault. So yeah, lay blame where you do. It's just been very pathetic just to be there in person and witness all this.
Yeah, when you bring up the tackling, that's just kind of strange because every coach wrestles with that because hey, if you could just tackle and tackle and tackle and practice tackling and nobody gets hurt, well, then you would do it all the time. And so, in modern day football, tackling practice has been reduced by everybody. No football team tackles anywhere close to the way they did 20, 30, 40 years ago. But at the same time, you still have to do it. So you have to kind of measure and I'm sure there's all sorts of studies out there and all sorts of measurements that have been made to say, okay, how much should we be doing this? But we still have to practice it. It's still a collision sport. You still have to be able to tackle on Saturday. So it's just not automatic that you go out there and tackle on Saturday. You got to practice it. That's just not going to work. There's no question about that. Greg, have they addressed the special teams position?
Well, yeah, obviously, like you mentioned, Bill Bush takes over as the defensive coordinator, and I cannot remember the young man's name that's taken over the job. It's on the tip of my tongue, but he's been there. Yeah, he's been there as an assistant, and he's very well qualified to take over. And basically, Bill Bush will take over for Eric Shenander's duties and be in charge of the safeties and the nickels as well. And he'll have a detailed plan on what's going on, and I expect to see a much more disciplined defense here, especially right now with you couldn't ask for a better time to have a bye week, even though they're kind of limited on practice time during this bye week because they'd started the season early, went to Dublin, so they don't have the normal amount of practice time available to them in the grand scheme of things. But the ball's gotten rolling, and then next week they start off getting ready for Indiana, and that's when I think you'll see more, most difference. I think they practice tomorrow, I think Mickey said. And then they lift on Thursday, and then they're off on Friday and Saturday, and they'll be back at it on Sunday. So, yeah, they're limited right now. My point is that they're a little bit limited on their practice times right now because of the way the season has fallen so far.